What's up? What's good? What's good in the hood? What's poppin'? Hey yo, name's Sketcherino Huey, Sketchy Hugh. And, I do not apologize for that. And in today's video, I'm gonna talk about my boy right here in the Speedpaint, Nightshade. Now, he's an interesting fella, let's just say that. He's very sassy, he thinks he is the bee's knees, honey. And so, Nightshade is 6'8", so 6 foot 8 inches. And he's one of my characters. He takes place in the same universe as all my characters, but he's from medieval times. So in this universe, America was settled way back. So there's kingdoms and stuff in it, in this universe. And so he is the royal executioner for the kingdom of Crocintha. And he is best friends with King Inkwell. Inkwell's not the king's real name, he just thought it was cool. And he's just like, that makes me sound smart. So that will be my king title. But no. So Nightshade is the king's best friend. They were childhood friends. And so, what is this beautiful piece of man? Well, Nightshade is a mixture of different supernatural races. Don't know what a supernatural is? I'll make a video on it. But to sum it up, they're like, vampires, etc. So he's a mixture. So he's part, yeah, I forgot, 1 second. I have a whole chart. Let me pull it up. So, Nightshade is basically part shadow, or shadow bearer. So, he basically is, he basically deals with dark magic. And dark magic is his main power. He's a mix between a shadow bearer and a flower child. Now, a flower child is a supernatural that's a mix between a dryad, and a human. And the mixes between people and supernaturals are called half and halves. So he's a mix between a flower child and a shadow bearer. So that's why he has nightshades growing out of his head and his name. Now, later on in this picture, you'll see a scar on his face. And that scar is from his constant use of dark magic, starting to corrupt him. Because shadow bearers can use normal magic, quote unquote normal magic. Normal magic's not just limited to the other creatures. So shadow bearers come from their own realm, and in this realm, the mortal realm, shadow bearers are basically outlawed because of how dangerous they are. So King Inkwell's got Nightshade's back. It's just like, he's not a shadow bearer. Never. Also, that's why his hand looks weird. The one that's holding his big execution axe. That's part of his shadow form. So he can control what part of him he makes into a shadow form. And so Nightshade's personality, sassy. He believes he deserves only the best. Only but the best for Nightshade. And yeah. So I came up with him like 3 years ago, I believe, if I am not mistaken. 2 to 3 years ago. Wait, 2019, 1876. Yeah, 3 years ago. I had to count that because I'm dumb. And he started off as a My Little Pony original character. Because, that's what OC means. If you didn't know. So he started off as a My Little Pony OC. Nowadays, I've grown out of my My Little Pony phase. I'm done with that. No more. But yeah, he was a unicorn, if that matters. And he was still tall like that. And so, Nightshade, back on his personality, he is sassy, he believes he gets only the best, he believes everyone should listen to him and bow down to him, and if they don't, how dare they? And Nightshade basically, he's good with alchemy and crafting poisons. He's an alchemist, what can I say? And so that's one of his many talents. He eventually marries an assassin who is a friend of mine's character. Her name is Venus, and they have kids, triplets to be precise, and their kids' names are Thistle, Ava, and Swifty. And Swifty plays a major role in my medieval storyline. Swifty's 7 foot, so he's taller than his father, and his father is salty about that. But yeah, Swifty ends up becoming Master Wizard of the Wizard Court. So yeah. So back on this beautiful piece of man, Nightshade is very attractive. I mean, how could he not? Look at that beautiful stubble on his face, okay? You know, I like myself a manly man. You got that stubble, you got the hairy arms, he just looked like a man. I just like manly people in general, what am I talking about? But yeah, Nightshade, he's something special. I love him. And Nightshade is, I guess, acquaintances with the court wizard, whose name is Star. And Star, he isn't too fond of Nightshade. He's kind of scared of him, and he believes Nightshade is a bad influence on King Inkwell. But, yeah. And, so, yeah, other than that, Nightshade has his moments where he's actually nice for once. So how they met. So Nightshade and Inkwell met when they were around. Nightshade was 10, Inkwell was 9. Little small child Inkwell went off to play in the woods, just like da-da-da-da-da, yay, the woods, because, you know, that's where little kids play. And he found just small, lost little Nightshade, because he didn't know where he was or where his parents were. And so he's just like, yeah! And Inkwell found him and took him in. He's just like, you're my friend! And he took him in, and basically, so Inkwell became king at a pretty young age. So 3 years after this, his father dies, he becomes king. So the Master Wizard Irvine ends up raising him. And Master Wizard Irvine was also the court wizard for Inkwell's father. So Irvine ended up basically raising Inkwell, but when Inkwell found Nightshade, he raised him, and wait, what? No, when Inkwell found Nightshade, he took him and he hid him in the executioner's lair, where at that time, that current royal executioner ended up raising Nightshade, and Nightshade became the next executioner / jailer. And Nightshade takes great joy into torturing and murdering people. He loves to consume blood. It's one of his favorite things. He's not a vampire, but he thinks it tastes good. Yeah. Oh, also, Nightshade is allergic to this one kind of flower. I forgot what it was called, but he's allergic to this kind of flower. And there's this one point where his granddaughter, because Swifty ends up having kids, so his granddaughter goes up to him and shoves the flower down his throat. She's like, "Look, it's yummy, eat it!" And he has an allergic reaction and his throat swells up and he almost dies, so that's fun. But yay! Characters. But yeah, that's basically Nightshade. That's all that comes to my mind when I'm talking about him. I mean, he's traveled to the future before. So shadow bearers live pretty long. They're one of the few longest living supernaturals in my universe, basically. And so he lives to the future, to where I don't remember what my present time is in my universe, but it's very far in the future, in the 2100s, I believe. I think 2129, don't quote me on that, or something like that. And he lives to that time. He helps make Inkwell semi-immortal, and so him and Inkwell live, no, he took Inkwell to get bit by a vampire, so he'd stay with him, because Nightshade was just like, yeah, I don't want to be alone. Oh yeah, also flower children live a little longer than mortals, because of the Dryad blood, and so that also helps with Nightshade's long life, basically. But yeah, so that's all that I have, really, that I can think of to tell you about him. Enjoy the rest of the video. Also, if you like the video, hit the like button because you liked it, you liked the video. You want to see more of my stuff, just tippity tap that bell icon, just like boop boop ding hello, and it'll just be like, hey, Sketchy posts a new video, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I want to see it. So you either save it to watch later, or you watch it, because that's what it does. Or subscrizzle if you want to see more of my stuff. And so, yeah, maybe, share my channel around, because I'm a small art YouTuber trying to grow. Hello, it is I, Sketchy. But yeah.